Salvete Discipuli. In this lesson, we're going to be taking a look at a vocabulary list so that we can learn how to read the different information on the vocabulary list and use that to help ourselves not only read Latin sentences, but also write some Latin sentences. This is a vocabulary list that looks fairly typical. The one thing that's different is that it is for a writing activity, so you see the word in English first, and then you see the Latin word after it. So we have English here in this column, and then the Latin comes after it in the column. The word boy, of course, is a noun, and when we look at a noun on a vocabulary list, we always see two words, puer and pueri. So the first question that you need to be able to answer is when you are looking at that noun, puer, pueri, which of those words, puer or pueri, is the subject form of the noun? And the answer is that the subject form is always the first word. Puer is the subject form for boy. If I want to know what the subject form is for the word mother, for example, which is on the list here, and I look at the vocabulary entry, I see that mater is the subject form of mother. So you will always look at the first word, and from it you will know the subject form. So what goes on with the second word? Well, the second word that we see is the possessive form. So pueri would be boys, which would end with an apostrophe S, because that's how we show possession in English, boys. If I wanted to say that this is the queen's friend, I would go to the word for queen and look at the second word, and this word, which ends with AE, is the possessive form. So that second word would be the word queen with an apostrophe S on it. The subject form of the noun is always called the nominative form, and the possessive form of the noun is always called the genitive form. So that's how you interpret the information about nouns on the vocabulary list. You are now, since you understand which form is the subject and which form is showing possession, able to write sentences with just a vocabulary list that contain a subject, a form of the verb to be, a predicate noun, and even a possessive noun. We'll take a look at some examples of that a bit later.